Hello everyone, and we are back on the Argyle Way. It's a little different. We're not showing our faces because obviously I will turn my camera on a little bit later on, but I'm just a little tired, so I'm not ready to show my face just yet. But this recording is for the preview for Plymouth Argyle versus Wycombe Wanderers, and it is at home. And yeah, the last time we faced each other, we won 1-0 away from home. Sam Cosgrove penalty, winning it. And from that game, I thought it was going to be one of those games where it would end up just being a draw, and just it would just be one point and couple chances that just separate us both. But yeah, Sam Cosgrove penalty got us the win in that match. But what we expect in this match is a lot different. A lot of different things that we're going to be talking about. But like mainly we're going to be talking about the Wycombe game, and then the head-to-heads and the previous games, past 5 games, lineups, and then to round it off later on will be predictions. So let's get straight into this review. And also we've got a special guest, and we have got John on with us representing Wycombe. So do you want to say hello?
Hello, yeah, my name's Dara John. I'm a Wycombe supporter, have been for the past, well, properly the past 4 years, but since I was young, very happy to be
Hmm.
here. Plymouth are a team I hold in a high respect, to be perfectly honest with you, so I'm more than happy to be here chatting to you today.
Brilliant. That's brilliant to hear. And like I said, always happy to have special guests on for representing any team, whether it's Wycombe or Ipswich or Portsmouth, Barnsley, any team whatsoever. I'm happy to get on for any of these. So that's absolutely fantastic. So, but first of all, what we're gonna talk about is obviously the result. I think it was like a month ago or month and a half ago now, which was the 1-0 win against Wycombe at their own backyard.
Yeah, Adams
San
Park.
Yeah.
It was October. Yes, I remember it quite well. I think I watched it. You are right. It was a match that could have went either way, but I think the main thing is we actually had a couple of players out injured at that time, so I think
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at a much different match whenever we come down to home park in the next couple of days, well, tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I think it was. I remember looking at the stats yesterday, just checking it, and actually, for the first time, I think in about 5 years, we had more possession than a team, which is
Mm-hmm.
quite impressive. We
Yeah.
had 55% of possession compared to year 45, which is quite interesting, actually, considering Wycombe are traditionally known as a counter-attacking bit of a shithouse team, let's be real.
Mm-hmm. And I think and I think when we played Wycombe, because obviously Wycombe are a team that we always lose against. We always either mainly lose. I remember that game at home park last year. We lost 3-0, and that was absolutely tragic from us. But mainly against Wycombe, we're always a team that we always lose against. But I think Schumacher in that game mainly tried to basically copy and paste your side a bit from his 4-3-2-1 formation that I can see on my phone to the left of me. Yeah, he had Cooper, Lomwick, Wilson, Scar, Galloway, Randall, Butcher, Houghton, which was a free midfield, which we never usually play with. And then Whitaker, Azaz, and Cosgrove. And the difference is Azaz won't be in this game because he's injured still. So that will be a massive talking point as well. And then obviously Mumba didn't play that game. Joe Edwards didn't play that game, which surprised me, Liam and Jack definitely, but not
Yeah.
the thing that didn't surprise me though was that we tried to match your formation out.
No, it's teams that come against us with a similar physical play style, with similar formations, do tend to be the best teams that we come up against. We saw it
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the year against Cheltenham, against Exeter, teams that wouldn't allow themselves to be bullied by us would get good results out of us. And you did something very similar, I think. You tried to
Mm-hmm.
pack the midfield, especially we had Josh Gowan out. Now, he is basically the League One in N'Golo Kante. So to have
Mm-hmm.
him, that ball winning player missing, and then use packing that midfield and putting it to us was very, very impressive, I think, from Schumacher. So I do
Mm-hmm.
think he'll definitely have a plan tomorrow. We don't have any players injured, but I'll be interested to see what happens because he had a very good plan last time. In the end, he's won 1-0 away from home. So
Yeah.
Are you
It'll
are
be
you going to,
yeah.
are you traveling to the game or not?
no, I am at home in Northern Ireland presently. I would if I was in England.
Ah,
Fairs.
So
that's
I'll be watching
fairs.
it on the Wycombe TV, but I'd love to be there.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and if there's always one man that can always pull off results against us, is Gareth Ainsworth. My dad does not like Gareth Ainsworth. That's all I'm gonna say right now. But I think I think quite a lot of either it's Argyle fans. I think mainly I think Pieface does not like Wickham at all.
No,
That's what I'm
Right.
gonna say.
I was down in Burton on the last day of this last season where yous lost and we won to put us in the playoff spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was on the train back, somebody sent me High Faces Twitter messages saying I'll get a load of this, and he was fuming.
Mm.
He was not a happy lad that day. But apart from Pie Face, most Plymouth fans that I've talked to seem to be quite happy with last season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because
It is
last season,
obviously,
yeah,
yeah,
because last
it's
season obviously was was a surprising season for all of us. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very, very surprising season because for most of the season we were around the top, like I'd say like the top five, top six, and then there were some
Yep.
points where we dropped down to seventh, and then we dropped pretty far down, and then we brought our form back up, and in the middle of that, losing our manager Ryan Yole, which was even harder for us. But Schumacher this season has brought a different style different style of football into our team this year, and it's a lot more exciting. And I feel like that with under Schumacher is a very, very two things. One, very exciting football, like I said, and two, it's the future of our club. Definitely the future of our club because it could easily get us to the heights where we've never been before. Well, where we've never been before, but we have been before years ago. Back, I think it was back before like 2010, which was a long, long time ago now. But
yeah.
that's when I was just like only a kid back then.
I think
It's
one
crazy.
thing you also have to realize is a lot of this, Ainsworth did this a lot as well. We are both quite similar teams, and in fact, we tend to be the runts. We are low budget teams. We don't get players like Ipswich or Sunderland or Portsmouth or
Exactly.
Derby did. So in a way, there's a necessity to play not negative football, but pragmatic football,
Mm-hmm.
doing long balls, playing over the top, because you can do that with not worse players, but lower quality players that we have had in the past. We had Akinfenwa, we had
Oh,
Alex
I
Samuel and
remember him for sure.
Cachet.
Yep.
But then this season, we've been seeing we've had a higher quality of player this season. And this is probably something you're experiencing this year yourself. We have the sort of player now where against Ipswich, we were passing out from the back. We were
Mm-hmm.
holding possession. We were playing through balls on the ground to Brendan Hanlon, a fast striker, rather than Sammy Vokes as a target man.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's something actually very similar happening with both teams where we're starting to get comfortable in League One. We're starting to bring in higher quality players and we're starting to be able to play that more exciting attacking football, that more fluid football rather than traditional hoofball even.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that is and with your team right now, and obviously if we talk back a couple of weeks ago when we played you, you were around I'd say like the lower half of the bottom half. But now
Absolutely, yeah.
your team now has absolutely changed that from all the way down at the bottom half to seventh.
Well,
What a dramatic change.
I've got a little stat here. Points in the last 12 games. Ipswich 25, Plymouth 25, Wycombe 24 points in the last 12 games.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Amazing.
I do think a part of it is we actually had an injury crisis at the very start of the season, quite impressively, actually. So at the start of the season, we had Hanlon out, Sam Vokes out, Tafazoli out, Scowen out. We were playing David Wheeler, who is normally an attacking midfielder, at right back and striker.
Goodness gracious.
So
I've just been told that Ryan Hardy's got 6 months on his contract and he's not gonna sign on, so he's going to Oxford.
Oh, no
Oxford.
way.
Yep.
He is your
Is that
highest scorer,
true?
isn't he?
He's what, sorry?
He's your highest scorer this season, isn't he?
No, Whitaker is now.
Whitaker is,
Oh.
yeah. Is that actually true?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's what my uncle's been told anyway, so
Oh, no
yeah.
way.
That's quite curious, actually.
Well, what does that say then, Liam? That's just said, but it basically says really, it's either if we're staying in this league next season or we're getting promoted next season. In either one of those situations, we're gonna get a new striker, or we could end up getting a new striker in January.
That is the thing. Wycombe had this at the end of our championship season. We had Uche Ikpeatsu, and he went to Luton. And sometimes it is sort of sad to see them go, but in the end, we got Sammy Vokes out of it. So this is a new chance for Plymouth to bring in a new striker, hopefully, and get somebody who's going to keep banging goals. But I think one of Plymouth's big strength this season is you've got 42 goals, I think.
Yeah.
But that's spread quite evenly throughout your squad. You're not relying on one single player for all of those goals. So it means even if Ryan Hardy does leave, you still have goal scorers in this squad.
Oh yeah, we do. For sure.
Yeah.
It is quite good. Whereas Wycombe, we've scored 30 goals, but 8 of those have came from Anish Mehmeti. So we're talking about more of a reliance on this player than perhaps you have.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, we'll go through Wycombe's squad also in a minute. Right now, from the season stats, and if you go on FootMob, it says last starting 11, and it goes through all of their stats and the best rating that they've had, and the average rating that they've had this season. But going to Ryan Hardy as well, I'm also going to touch on this now, once you talked about it, Liam. This is also going to say what's going to happen. We've got Cosgrove and Ennis already right now, haven't we? So
we are, yeah.
What does that mainly say? Does that say like Ennis could be could Ennis stay and be the main starter next year? Could Cosgrove stay and be a permanent signing on loan? I don't know, but what does that really touch on? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say Hardy will be a big miss because we've got Ennis and Cosgrove, so we can just have Ennis and Cosgrove up top, or we could have Ennis on his own up top. So we got options.
But let's just say right now to Oxford fans, by the way, that is a really, really huge signing for you lot. If that is true, that is a massive signing for Oxford, by the way, because they need a striker. They haven't got a good goal scorer up top. They've got a good defense. They've got a decent midfield with Brannigan, but up top, their striker has only scored 2 goals this season. That is a huge signing for them, and he's a goal scorer. He's proved it last season. He scored like 16, 18 goals or something like that. He can prove it at this level. So, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But Niall Ennis, to be honest, Niall Ennis has proved it this season. He's come in and he's came in and he's only 22, 23, and he's been bagging goals. He's been bagging goals, and so is Cosgrove. I know he's on loan, but he's proved it as well at this level, which is also another reason about our strikers right now. We've got 3 strikers in. I know we've got Jeff Cobb, but he's out on loan at Swindon. But I think it was the season before or last season, he scored like 10, 15 goals. So he can also prove it at this level as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But if let's go to the Wycombe squad. So the last result that Wycombe had was a 2-1 win over Bristol Rovers, which is a very, very good result. We drew the Bristol Rovers away, but I feel like that's a very, very good result for Wycombe, if I'm truly honest. Definitely.
And they scored very, very early, which was quite impressive. And they did do very well throughout the match. It it took some very, very good play in order for us to break them down. And as much as I perhaps am not a massive fan of the manager, he is very, very good at this level.
Mm-hmm.
He has a history of taking teams to the playoffs, so you got to respect that. But they were a good team, and I was very happy with that 2-1 victory.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just got the formation on
Yeah.
my phone as well.
Yeah, I've got it on mine as well. But like you had Sturridge in goal, then McCarthy, Grimmer, Tafazoli, Beta in defence, Wing, Scowen in midfield with McCleary. McCleary, who I keep on predicting every week to score a goal, which is one of my players I always fucking predict. Well, I can't predict now. Wheeler, Mehmeti, and Vokes. But Mehmeti, goodness me. And I saw the price that Gareth Ainsworth put on him. He wants at least like 5 to 8 mil for him. And I'm not surprised.
I think if you look, Scott Twine from Milton Keynes went for 5 million, I think, to Burnley.
Yes.
I think 5 to 8 million is a bit ambitious. You know, especially with Scott Twine, English tax, he's going to be a bit more expensive because of homegrown
status. Of course he is, yeah.
Mehmeti is homegrown, actually. He played for Watford's youth academy.
Mehmeti. Mehmeti was at Norwich's academy.
Norwich, and then he went to Woodburn, I believe. But I would be quite happy with 2 million above. Because even that, like, I remember I saw our financial statements for our championship season, and we made 8 million in total profit that entire season. So all of a sudden, getting an injection of 2, 3, 4 million from Mehmeti, that is massive for our club.
That is massive.
And we've adopted, the Brentford style of academy. They don't have a youth academy. Well, they do now, but previously they never had an academy. They just had a B team. And this is starting to prove that we've adopted that and we've started getting very good results out of it. But that 2 million, we can fund better training, better coaches. We can bring in more players, and hopefully we'll get more Mehmetis coming out of that youth team. We've already got Chris Joseph as well, who's one of our centre backs. He's been fantastic since joining us as well. But Mehmeti, he's exciting. He gets fans out of the seat. When he gets the ball on that left wing, you know he's going to try something. He's going to try going past play. He's going to jink through them. He's going to do something. And
he's one of them players, man. Like, he's a player that I know we've got like Whitaker and we've got Ballymumba, decent players like that. But Mehmeti's one of those players that you would just love to have at your club and anywhere. Like if it's just like Oxford or anybody, like just any team in League One would wish to have a player like Mehmeti. Simple as that.
He can change games. And actually, I'm very impressed as well. He's a hard worker. Defensively, he is very, very good as well. Sometimes you think with these flamboyant wingers that they'll not track back, he puts in the work. He presses hard. He tackles. He is a very, very good all-round player. And I can easily see him going to the championship this winter.
That's what I was just about to point that. Because every single season, there's always one player that performs so well. They end up getting their move to the championship, whether it's like Scott Twine or if it was I'm remembering I think if I go to League One, I'll have a look now. If it's player stats wise, if I'm just having a look, not Dion Charles, actually. No, not Dion Charles. I can't remember his bloody name. Well, I think I remembered Ivan Toney being in this league before.
Ivan Toney was at Petersburg.
Yep.
And then he went to Brentford, and then Brentford obviously went to the Premier League. Yeah.
Yep.
Ollie Watkins, I think, as well.
Ollie Watkins, yep. Because I remembered he was at the Scum. I don't like fucking saying that. Bloody team name. He was at the Scum, which I cannot believe. And then he went, and obviously League One to Championship, and now look where he is at. He's at Aston Villa, which is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Mehmeti. I have a friend who supports Liverpool, and I showed him a couple of videos of Mehmeti, and he goes, actually, do you know what? I'd take him. Because they have that history of Fabio Carvalho's Robertson, signing those younger champion or League One Championship players and getting the best out of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be sad to see him go, but I also know the fee we get from him would be astounding.
Oh, it would be brilliant. It would be a
and
brilliant fee.
he's only contracted till 2024, so this is probably one of our best chances to get a substantial amount of money from this window. Because
Exactly.
then next summer you're starting to think, oh, is he thinking about going on a free transfer? And nobody wants that.
See, that is the main worry for Mehmeti. He could either stay for another year, and then he'll end up going out on a free, which is not what you want. You would mainly want a fee for this. For a 21-year-old right now who's in, I'd say the best form that he's had at this club.
He's been good. He played in the Championship and he played in last year, and he was always exciting. But this year he's added consistency to it. This year he stopped being that sort of impressive youngster to a fully ready first team member, and I think that's the most important thing he's had to develop.
Yeah.
And now he's got that. He's ready. He's ready for the Championship. He's ready to go to Swansea or Burnley or Luton or whoever it is and play really, really well. I think he'll be exceptional.
Yeah, because obviously, if you obviously the other clubs right now, there is young players that, like, if you look at that Derby team, I'm also going to use Derby as a pure example here. Some of their players right now that's playing at their in Derby's team should easily be at the Championship. I'm sorry, but they should. Definitely.
Derby have some fantastic players. They really do.
Whether if it's Cashin, Bird,
Cashin's 21. Cashin's 21. He's already playing for the Republic of Ireland team, and he's playing in League One.
And I forgot that Ebby Away kid. He was at Derby last year and then moved and got his move to Palace.
Yeah.
So, like some players, man. And Asula, I forgot about Asula. He's on loan from Sheffield United.
Look at Petersburg. They have Clark Harris. They have Poku. They have some fantastic young players as well.
Yep. And then one more, Charlton, Leeburn. There we go.
Leeburn, yeah.
He's been the main youngster. He's only 19 as well. Scored 5 goals. So that's the thing right now. Like some of the youngsters that's performing in this league it's just crazy, and that's that.
But I think
very surprising.
Yeah, I think the league quality compared to 5 years ago is insane.
Oh, for sure it is.
The quality of League One, like both of these Plymouth and Wycombe teams that are playing tomorrow, 5 years ago they would have walked League One.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They would have.
But now it's
walked League One.
so competitive. You have teams Ipswich, Sheffield, Plymouth, Barnsley, Bolton, Derby, Wycombe, Petersburg. I mean, you're looking at the traditional big teams like Portsmouth being 11th.
They have been terrible.
Yeah, I'm looking
terrible.
I've seen Portsmouth and Charlton and then Milton Keynes. That's a massive fall from playing us in the playoff.
Oh, they beat us 5-0 last year. And I know sometimes we're not allowed to mention that on this channel, but that 5-0 result last year, now look where they are. If they're getting rid of Harry Darling and getting rid of Scott Twine and not replacing them, that's your own fault for your own downfall. I'm sorry, but it is.
And they got a lot of money, as I said. Scott Twine was 5 million. Where did that 5 million go?
Where did that go?
Oh, we look at the chat on the Zoom call, but carry on.
Have a look at the chat on the Zoom call. No worries.
Yeah, cool.
All right, no worries. Okay. So, but I'd say the next thing we'll chat on is the Argyle team. So, for the past 5 games, Argyle were at the start of the last 5 games. I'm going to talk about. We lost to Port Vale. We drew to Burton, and then lost to Port Vale at home, which I'm so infuriated about. I'm so infuriated about that loss. And then drew to Cambridge, then brought our home form back by beating Morecambe and then beating Cheltenham a couple of days ago, which I'm still happy about. But for the lineup we had against Morecambe was Cooper, Scott, Gillespie, Lomwick, Edwards, Mumba, Butcher, Randall, Whitaker, Mayer, and Ennis. And obviously that's been our squad. That's been our go-to squad now for a couple of weeks. And right now, most of them players in there has been performing so well. For example, Michael Cooper, Ballymumba, Whitaker, they're proving it game in, game out. And right now, they're all players of the season.
I mean, you look at Michael Cooper. He came from your academy, didn't he? He has been fantastic this season. I don't think there's a keeper in League One that matches him. To be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
He is head and shoulders above the rest. And then you have Finn Aziz. He's on the 7.2.
Finn Aziz, yeah.
Whitaker's done very well this season as well. You have a very strong squad as well.
And
I think
Adam Randall, obviously, he's come from our youth academy as well. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And you look at that free back as well. You traditionally play with three at the back, don't you?
Yeah.
That gives you a bit of extra solidity, but also allows those wing backs to get quite high up the pitch. I'm not sure exactly how he's like to play, but I imagine that's sort of similar.
We like to play free back, then our wing backs get up, get forward. We do like to pressurize teams, but sometimes I think it was mainly against Ipswich. We got pulled back in the first half, and then the second half we kept them in their own half. They couldn't get out. Tried to pass out from the back, and they just got absolutely pulverized. That was the downfall their game. We beat them 2-1. So, but when we go to their ground, it'll be a lot different. But like when we played against Wycombe, Schumacher decided to change his team around and try to match formation.
Yeah.
And it did work. It did work. And it shows that Schumacher's not scared to change his team around.
No, if you got to be able to be tactically flexible in order to win games, and you've shown that throughout the season. There's a reason you're in first place after all.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Schumacher is likely a big part of that. His ability to change a team when necessary to match their opponents is a fantastic quality to have.
Yep. And right now, Schumacher is easily one of the most exciting. I think he's got to be one of the most exciting upcoming managers at the moment. From being Ryan Yole's assistant last year, then getting the big step up to being manager for Plymouth Argyle, and taking them to where they are right now is something that I did not think would happen. And him getting the contract that he deserves is something even better for all Argyle fans, as obviously we were scared if he was either going to go to West Brom or he was going to go to anywhere else. But him securing that contract has definitely got the Argyle fans very, 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 very happy, and obviously not needing to worry about where he's going to go because he's staying with us.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We've had Ainsworth for about 10 years, and for 8 of those years, we've had continual he's going to QPR stuff. You get used to it. You do get used to it.
Yeah.
Eventually, you see the 18th, he's going to QPR, and you go, oh, just shut up. Because it came out a month ago, Ainsworth now to be interviewed about QPR, and all the Wycombe fans just went, shut up. We know. But I think he is a fantastic manager. And yeah, he came assistant coach, and now he's leading probably one of the most exciting teams in the league. Taking a team with not the same traditional resources as the top 5, 6 that we're seeing right now, and being able to take that team to be in first place and look at a genuine threat for promotion is exceptional. Yeah. And you do have to be looking and sitting and having a watch, because he's obviously doing something very, very right.
Definitely. Yeah.
So
that's it.
And you would hope we had something similar with Ainsworth back. He joined us as manager in 2012. And obviously we had a bit more time between him coming and getting us a championship, but it is something that's definitely in his power, and the fans obviously love him. You seem to have very, very fond memories of him, and he's only been here 2 years now, is it?
Yep.
So he could end up being a club legend, you'd hope.
Which hopefully, and if he does stay for as long as I want him to, which hopefully is a couple more, like loads more years, hopefully. But right now, the amount of time he's been here at this club, which is only like a year or two, and got us to where we are right now in League One is, I don't know, that's such a big achievement. Such a big achievement.
Yeah, because he became your manager in December. He actually became manager on my birthday, December 7th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got it here. So when he became manager, you finished 18th in League One.
Yep.
The season after, you finished 3 points outside of the promotion playoffs, and then this season you are first at Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Which
That
is
just shows you the progress he's made already.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
It's absolutely crazy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but that's that really. It's how crazy how much it's changed in the last couple of years from from Derek Adams to Ryan Yole and then to Steven Schumacher. It's a crazy change.
Absolutely, and it would be nice for Plymouth to get some sense of stability with one of their managers as well. I think we have such a culture of chopping and changing, but sometimes it's good to have a manager in who makes himself at home. And Schumacher does seem like the perfect person to do that at Plymouth.
Yep.
You think we'll get promoted?
Yeah, I think you will get promoted.
Oh, good man, good man.
I don't know. I don't know whether it'll be first or second. I think Ipswich have the better squad depth currently.
Yeah.
Of
course
I
they
think
do.
you look at Ipswich squad and it is insanely strong. I mean, half of their bench players could play for Wycombe.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
You're talking February, March, knees start getting tired, injuries start piling up. And I think Ipswich are just going to have that squad depth to take him and maybe pip us to the first. But I don't see any reason why you can't be that second automatic spot. I don't think Sheffield Wednesday have the same legs you do, and then nobody else is even close to us.
No, I just think we're next second because basically because of our home form. Really, I just think our home form's too good.
Yeah, 11 played, 10 wins. That's insane.
Yeah, and like I always say, this stat last year we had 14 wins at home last season, and we're 4 away from already getting more wins, and we haven't even played like near on probably like 15, 16 games.
If you can make Home Park that fortress, there's no reason you can't challenge for first and get second. There's no way.
We've only got Pompey and Derby to come to us. That's about it, really. As in big clubs.
And as much as beating Wycombe tomorrow would help fortify that place, I'm obviously hoping for a wee Wycombe win.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
Oh, look, I have to be realistic here.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with you, the most likely outcome tomorrow is Plymouth win.
Yeah.
I just think your form has been exceptional. Your attack I think it's been one of the best attacks in the league this year. And look, 11 played at home, 10 wins. You can't really argue that. We've played 11 away, won 4, lost 5 of them.
What's your home record?
Oh, nothing exceptional, to be honest.
I'll get it up for you now because we are going to be moving on to the predictions in a bizzle, but I will get it up for you. But table, then home record, and
we're 6th. Okay, that's better than I thought, to be honest with you. We have been very let down by playing away. We lost to Cheltenham away, we lost to Bolton away, we lost to Exeter away at the start of the season. That's why we're sitting in 7th.
I couldn't believe you. I'm surprised you lost.
Sorry, just you've lost to the Scum away. Oh dear.
Yeah, we had a very bad start of the season. Look, we were playing Dickinson, a youth goalkeeper, for the first 4 games. That tells you where our squad was at the time. Because we lost Stockdale. We lost Stockdale, and there was rumours, and a lot of them we were going in for the Man United goalkeeper Nathan Bishop.
Oh, Nathan Bishop.
So all the rumours, and even like most of the League One transfer Twitter guys had said, "Yep, this is happening." And then next thing you know, Gareth Ainsworth does an interview saying,
Nathan
they
Bishop
fucked us.
On loan, right?
No, I think he stayed at United. You know.
Oh no, he stayed at United. Yeah.
Gareth Ainsworth giving an interview basically saying we're not naming any names, but a Premier League club fucked us. And next thing you know, we've got Max Street coming in, and Max has been a revelation, to be honest with you. He has been class, but it meant for the first 4 games we were playing with Tyler Dickinson at the back, and that just didn't help to start the season at all.
That is savage. Oh
Yeah, we're doing predictions, are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be here for a couple of these, Liam. So
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
no worries. Sweet as. So let's get straight into this madness. All right. I don't know why it's okay. Whatever. Let me get rid of that. Sweet. All right, let's get into this. So, obviously, the result that happened yesterday was the 0-0 draw for Bolton and Derby. So me and Liam did talk about that. But today, we're going to go through the predictions for tomorrow. So the first game is Barnsley versus Fleetwood, who Barnsley drew 1-1 to Accrington Stanley the other day, which was a very surprising result.
They seem to be slowing down almost. They picked up out of the gates quite quickly, but I don't know if they have the stamina to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And Fleetwood, by all means, aren't a terrible team, and I think I'll probably go with a draw, to be honest with you, 1-1, the same as Accrington.
Mm-hmm.
I think Barnsley nick it 2-1. With Devon Cole to score.
Yeah, you've already put your prediction. You've already sent me your predictions, Liam. So I'm just gonna write mine down just for now.
I'm just saying it on the video.
Yeah. No
who do you
worries.
reckon? If you had to say a goal scorer, who would you say? John?
I think I already know one of his answer.
Barnsley
or Fleetwood. You can go for either.
I would probably. Do you know what? I'd actually see Anderson, the centre back. I think they'll get a corner or something.
Ooh.
And I honestly think Barnsley would struggle tomorrow. But I'll think they'll get a goal from a set piece or a free kick, and it'll be Anderson at that centre back. He's big, he's tall, he's scored a couple of headers this year already, so I think it'll be him tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think it could be. I'm torn between 1-1 or 2-1, but I think I'm gonna go 2-1. I think Barnsley have enough in their team to get that win.
They have a good home record as well. So
yeah, that's it exactly.
They're just cack away from home.
Exactly, they're just cack away from home. But if I was going to say a goal scorer, I do not know. I really do not know. But who scored yesterday? Norwood.
No, you can't pick Norwood. You can't pick Norwood because Jack's put him.
I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised? He stole Norwood off my hands.
He stole Norwood. I put him first in the Discord chat, but I have to change it.
No, that's savage, you know. I'll put Phillips then.
Just looking for the guy.
Lucky
with
that
the
I wouldn't
score.
put kitchen sink in.
Well, you've got to put a kitchen sink in it sometimes, like.
Mm-hmm. Lucky that I won't put kitchen sink in, but all right, let me put score 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. And then Phillips. There we go. But the best thing for Fleetwood tomorrow, is to get a draw. If I'm honestly gonna say, is the best thing to get a draw.
Hoodie, Harvey?
I like it, man. It's so cool.
Right, I'll turn on mine as well. Here we go.
I like it, Liam. It's so cool. Oh, it's amazing.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you said you got that new hoodie, didn't you? But yeah. But next match, oh Jesus, couldn't it be any more Brexiteer than it could be?
If you put Burnley in, well, old Burnley under Sean Dyche, that would be the most Brexit match you could ever get.
Oh, exactly, Sean Dyche.
I've gone. I think you'll be happy about this, Harvey. I've gone 2-0 Rovers and Collins to score.
Oh, what a dub!
Yeah,
that's a dub. If I'm truly honest,
I would say Bristol 3, Exeter 0. To be perfectly honest, with you.
Good man. Good.
Bristol did impress me when they played us, but I think they're just a step underneath the other playoff chasing teams. to be perfectly honest with you, but next season, if they keep the manager, I think they could do very well.
Oh yeah,
So
if Bristol Rovers are doing so well right now, but if they Joey Barton is taking them places, man. I'm surprised at where they are, but right now, Joey Barton's doing such a good job. But for Exeter, also known as Scummy
Exeter,
Twats. There we go. But right now, they haven't won a game in God knows how long, and
yeah,
I don't know.
and
don't
like
know at this point.
some of those teams, you would think they could try and play Morecambe and Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
So
But since they've lost their manager, they've just been absolutely trash.
that's the thing. We played them when they still had their manager, and they were fantastic.
Yep.
I would have put them up with Bristol if they kept their manager, but obviously he got poached. That's unfortunately how the league goes sometimes, and they've just not looked the same since.
Mm-hmm. But who did Jack put to score? Who did Jack put to score, Liam? If you're there, I don't think he's there. I'll have a check myself. Who did he put?
I bet he's put Aaron Collins.
He probably did put Aaron Collins as well.
He has been very good this season. It would be the smart bet.
Yeah, they would. Definitely.
Have I missed a prediction or why not? Are we still good? Good.
Yeah, it was.
We're just
Liam.
Yo.
Who did Jack put to score?
Coburn.
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 Shock. Of course he put Coburn. I don't know who to go for then.
Just go for Collins.
That's what I think. Liam, did you go for Collins?
What? For Rovers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shock. Of course he did. I'll go for Evans then.
I'd probably go for Marquis. How do you say his name?
Actually, yeah.
He looked very, very good against us.
Yeah.
So I'd go with him.
And he sometimes does fucking score. He does end up fucking scoring. No, he does. There's always that time he does. Then next match, the battle of the relegation sides. But I think whoever loses this is getting probably got a better chance of getting relegated.
Burton haven't looked too bad recently, though. They got the new manager in, and he looks fairly decent.
Do you know what though? That win against Lincoln does prove why they could end up staying in this league. They do. Yeah. They played good. They did play decent football against us, but they got such a jammy draw against us, man. It's unreal.
But we
never drew against us.
We played Burton on the last game of the last season, and they were a pretty good counter-attacking squad. And then we played them the first game of this year, and they had nothing. They offered nothing, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't understand how quickly they changed over the off season.
Yeah.
But
their main goal scorer, Adebayo, man. If he doesn't get picked up by another higher team, I'll be very, very surprised. Because he's been bagging goals non-stop.
I'm saying I'm surprised Jack didn't go for him, but I've gone 2-0 Burton and Adebayo to score. I'm surprised Jack didn't pick him.
Who did he pick? Who the hell did he pick?
Davis Keller-Dunn?
He put. Oh, of course he picked Wycombe. Of course he did.
I just don't see Forest Green scoring.
To be honest, I don't see them. He put 3-2 Forest Green.
I just think. I don't know why. I just think Forest Green they're like Morecambe, down and out.
Yeah, but the best thing is about the better thing about Forest Green though is that they have got the attack. And look at Morecambe, they're just useless everywhere.
Yeah, a bit harsh, but yeah.
Stockton. To be honest, Stockton last year. If they had Stockton from last year, then it could be a different story. But
does Stockton still play for Morecambe?
Yeah.
He never got his wee move.
Hasn't been playing for him.
He played against us, Liam. He was up front against us.
He didn't play in the last game.
Well, I don't know then, but he played up front against us.
Can't believe they scored. I can't believe they scored against us. Ugh.
Yeah,
Still
but to be
annoys me.
honest, that goal, I did not. That goal was just one of the jammiest things I've seen in a long time. But how many shots did we have them against Liam again? 32 shots. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was something ridiculous like that, wasn't it? I saw it.
Funny thing is, when Morecambe scored, my dad went, he should have shot. And then 2 seconds later, bang, they scored.
Oh, of course, of course. But who scored for Burton against? Oh, Smith. I'll put in then.
I'm saying Kayla Dunn, if nobody else has said him.
Taylor Don. Mm-hmm. Fairs.
5 this season so far, not terrible.
Yep. Fairs. And next match. Oh, speaking of the team that we always seem to do the Argyle effect against them every time. Every time we always beat a team, it's just the Argyle effect. Well, we've done it to Accrington Stanley, but it's just 2 teams right now that are battling for relegation.
That's got 0-0 written all over it, to be honest with you.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I'm
Got-
generally putting 0-0 down.
That's got
I've gone-
2 teams. Oh, sorry, go on ahead.
I've gone 1-1 for that one.
I was honestly thinking, imagine if this ends up going to 1-1, just as I say 0-0.
Who did
Liam
I-
puts 1-1.
Who did I put the score?
Stockley,
Nobody.
not Stockley.
I put Hamilton.
Stockton.
No, I put Hamilton. Hamilton's score.
Hamilton.
Cole Stockton's only scored 1 this season so far.
Who's it against? Go on, name the team.
Oh, I wouldn't know that. I would not remember that whatsoever.
Look at that. Donald Love used to play for Man United. I know that name. I'm gonna put Weir. But I'm gonna say 0-0.
That has 0-0 written all over
It generally has a 0-0
they're
draw written
both going
all
to go
over
out
it.
different. They're just going to go out not to lose rather than go out to
Exactly.
win. And they're just going to bounce off each other.
Yep.
The Mazuma Stadium. What a stupid name.
But next match, I could see this being a good game, as obviously, but to both of these teams want to push higher up the table. And for Charlton's sake, they need to start getting some wins.
I've gone for 2-1 to Oxford and Taylor to score.
Taylor to score, I can understand that. I know he's only scored 2 goals this season, but he does have he can have some goals in him though. And then Jack put, come on, Jack, where's your? Oh, he put 1-1 and
1-1.
Doc Leeburn.
Oh, interesting.
To be honest, Leeburn has how many goals? I think he scored 5 goals this season, and he's 19. That's ridiculous.
That is impressive. I'd go 2-0 to Oxford, and I'd say Kyle Joseph to score.
Kyle Joseph, that's actually.
I didn't even think of him.
He's got 4 or 5 this season. He's young as well, 21. Seems like he'd have a good wee future.
I was gonna go for that other youngster up front, but I don't know if he's gonna play or not. Hopefully, he does play. I think he's that young. So Kanu, I'm gonna go for him if he does play. But I'm gonna say 2-1 to Charlton. Yeah, I am gonna go Kanu. If he's not on the starting lineup, then I'll pick someone else. All right. But both of these teams, I think mainly Oxford need to win this. But for Charlton, if they don't win this, then I think they're digging themselves into trouble. Definitely.
You'd think they need to pick up at least a point from that to make sure they're not sinking in that relegation battle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And next match, this is a team that needs a win because 10 wins and 10 losses this season.
Well, I've just checked their past 5 matches, 4 losses and 1 draw in their past 5 matches. And do you know what? I'm going to say Milton Keynes 1, Peterborough 0.
Yeah, I was thinking that because right now MK's new manager, I think he was a Leeds' assistant.
He was a youth coach at Leeds.
Youth coach at Leeds, but he was I thought he was somewhere around Leeds. But the game that against Forest Green, I thought Forest Green didn't have their chances, but MK Dons, they deserve. I think they deserve got another goal or two in that game. But
Yeah.
I've
but
gone
MK Dons in
2-1.
this game, I think they could. I think they could pull off a good result against Peterborough.
I've gone 2-1 Peterborough. Well, I haven't gone for a Peterborough goal score. I've gone for ISO to score.
Isa.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting, actually.
I'm saying Josh McEachran to score. He's done very well. He's been probably Milton Keynes' best player.
Yeah.
I would have gone for Clark. I would have gone for Clark Harris, but Mr. Fraudulent took him.
Yeah, Mr. Fraudulent took him. Of course he did. He stole him off you. Stole him off your grasps. I'm gonna go for Mason Clark. I'll go for Mason Clark, but what the score would be? I'm gonna go 1. Why do I feel like Peterborough could either be 1-0 up and MK Dons would draw it, or MK Dons could be winning for most of the game and Peterborough could get a late draw. I think it'll be 1-1.
I think this is a match that honestly anything could happen.
Yeah,
I can see Milton Keynes coming out and taking it by the neck. I could also see Peterborough just burying them. It could be an interesting match, actually.
Yeah. It could happen. Anything could happen in this game. All right, there we go.
How many more we got left? One, two.
So we got
four more.
I think there's one more. I think there's 2 more as well.
Oh yeah, 6.
So, but we'll do this one last, obviously, and this is the match that I'm excited for: Portsmouth versus Ipswich.
I've gone 2-0 Ipswich with Ladapo to score.
Of course, you've put Ladapo. Of course, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you have.
Well, I couldn't go Chaplin because Chap took him.
All right, he's not able to pick him next week. Then he's not able to pick him next game because the new rule applies in the next one.
Yeah,
I'm saying 3-0 to Ipswich. I'm saying Leif Davis to score.
Oh,
he has a good free kick in him, and he nearly put it in the net against us a couple of times.
That's the Leeds United youngster, ain't it?
Yeah, they signed him for $1 million.
$1 million. Bloody hell.
It was a 7-figure fee, so it was at least $1 million.
Come on.
I mean, look, Ipswich are a big club. They are.
Yeah.
They can afford to spend money that we can only dream of. Let's be real.
Yeah, and Leif. I've seen clips of Leif Davis as well. He does look he looks a good looking left back.
He's
left wing back.
He's he's a left wing back. He's dynamic. He's quick. He's good playing the ball. Solid defensively. He's very good at set pieces. Good at corners. Good at free kicks as well, which is always lovely to have.
Yeah, definitely. And if I'm gonna go 2-1 Ipswich.
Yeah, Ipswich are just fantastic this season.
Pompey don't look like scoring anyway. They've been so poor.
Yeah, they've been absolutely.
Which is
terrible.
good to see. But yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see from our point of view. but in general, they've just been Oh god.
They have such a good squad on paper, but they just never seem to be able to make anything of it.
And if there was one player that is going to score,
there's 20 points behind us. I'll just repeat that: 20.
20.
Yeah, 20 points behind us. Screw it. I'll go for Bishop.
Oh, okay.
As no one took Bishop. Because I rarely get a sniff of him every week because Liam either takes him or Jack takes him. So I finally get a chance to pick him.
Who are you going for, sorry?
Colby Bishop.
Oh, yeah.
Because I rarely get a sniff of him every week.
I don't take Bishop. I've took Chaplin for last, I think, 2 weeks.
No, I'm talking about Portsmouth.
Oh.
Yeah. But for Ipswich, if we either do end up drawing or losing against Wycombe and Ipswich do win, then it does take them top of their league. But I wouldn't be surprised because obviously Ipswich right now, they look one of the more exciting teams with the depth they have, some of the young players that have. That Humphreys that's coming through right now. He's just slotted into their midfield. He's like a little bit like Adam Randall, but Adam Randall's a little older. But for Ipswich right now, they look very exciting. And Portsmouth, simple.
They just look a bit like they're stuck in mud.
Stuck in mud, yeah. And then Sheffield Wednesday, another team that's hunting for a promotion. They face Port Vale.
I am going to say 1-1.
I was going to say either a draw or a Sheffield Wednesday win. Port Vale look very good. They played well against us.
They've got 3 wins in the past 5. They
I'm
are
gonna
starting
say-
to pick up points.
I'm saying 2-0 Wednesday and Bannon to score.
Barry
I
Bannon.
Yeah.
No surprise.
He's the obvious choice, let's be real.
Yeah.
I've
who did
put
Jack
a message in the thing, by the way.
Jack put Byers. Oh, he's just come back, hasn't he? That Byers, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the message, Harv?
All right, no worries.
Yeah, cool.
Sheffield do just look like they're slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure what it is, but they just don't look the same. I'm going to say Ellis Harrison from Port Vale score.
Yeah, fairs.
Fair enough. Right. I'll catch you in a minute. Be back on in a minute.
All right, in a bit.
In a bit.
In a bit. All right. But for the score, I think it could be 1-1 as well. Just as a matter of fact that Port Vale have been playing really, really well. And I feel that they could end up grabbing something out of that game. And if they don't, I'll be pretty surprised. And
I think they'll definitely be competitive in this game. I don't see this being an easy victory for Sheffield.
Definitely. And if there's one player that I think could score, if he is going to be playing in this game, hopefully he does, is the former Manchester United man, James Wilson.
Yeah, he is a good wee player, to be fair.
He scored 2 against us.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oof. That's unfortunate.
And as annoying as it is, I'm a little bit of most of my family's are Man United fans, so I remember James Wilson coming through the Man United team back in 2014, and then moved to Salford, and he's gone to Port Vale. So I have followed his career a bit, but and then obviously plays against us and scores twice, which is unreal. So couldn't write it at all.
No, you couldn't at all.
And then next game, we faced Cheltenham and we beat them, but they've got Shrewsbury, who lost to Cambridge, which I cannot believe they lost to Cambridge. I thought they would have beaten them.
Shrewsbury are, to me, they sort of remind me of Brentford in the Premier League. They could beat anybody or lose to anybody. I could see them easily beating us and then losing next week to Milton Keynes.
They're that team. They are that type of team.
They're dead set in the middle of the table, and I think it really, really depends on what day you catch them.
Yeah. Jack doesn't like them, obviously, after the way they played against us. He calls them cheating bastards. Yeah. So we don't talk about them as much.
I wouldn't really have a leg to stand on when calling anybody cheating bastards, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. So Jack put 1-0 to Shrewsbury, and then Liam put 2-1 and Bayliss to score. So can't take Bayliss, obviously, and I can't take Sadie. Okay.
I would say 0-0, to be honest with
you. I can kind of get that. It does sound like a little bit of a 0-0 written all over that.
And I'd probably say Pennington to score. If anybody, I think it'll be a corner or a free kick. I don't imagine it being a free throw attacking game.
I can understand that. Yep, fair. And I'm gonna say I could see it being just like a 1-0 win, I think.
Yeah.
1-0 win to Shrewsbury and Street to score.
Okay.
Which is as Liam or Jack didn't take them, I'll just take the bit on the side. Screw it.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And then obviously then there's no other games until the next day after, when Derby County have Cambridge. And if there's one team that I felt this season could push into the playoffs, and it's Derby. And I think Jack predicted Derby to finish out of the playoffs this season. But I mainly think that I thought that they would push the playoffs this season, as obviously the team that they've got McGoldrick, Hurahan, Cashin, Max Bird. They've got very, very good solid players in their team. So
They still have a very, very good team. I think the main problem a lot of people had was, would that off the field stuff come in and still affect them this season? But so far, they're showing that it's not really. They are in pretty good form. They're sixth right now. They've got a game ahead of us, and they're on the same amount of points as us.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see them taking one of those promotion playoff spots.
Yeah, for sure.
And this match, Cambridge United, Derby, whatever you want to call them, 2-0, I'd say. And somebody's already taken McGoldrick, let's be real.
I think it might be either Jack. Oh, Jack took Hurahan. Oh, it must be Liam then. Where is it? No, he didn't. Oh, he took Collins.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Okay. Collins, top goal scorer, and then Hurahan, yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Because they think it'll be a high scoring game. I can kind of understand.
Hurahan scored a worldie against us when we played him in Adams Park. 20, 30-yard curler. It was beautiful.
Former player of ours as well, Hurahan.
Is he?
Huh. Yep. Was at our club years ago, which is will be a very, very exciting time when he comes to home park, because a lot of fans will remember him. Very good player for us. But he's now a Derby, so. But if there's one score that I think could happen in this game, I think it'll be 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
It does have a high-scoring match vibe about it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I know Cambridge drew against us 0-0, but I generally do not feel like Cambridge are a decent enough side, not to say bad things about Cambridge's team, but this season they just have not lived up to expectations for other fans that thought Cambridge would be a little bit higher up than before.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're that type of team this season. And they've shown it. They lost like 5 or 6 in a row, I think either once or twice, which is very scary for Cambridge fans to unbelieved.
I think they've just been a bit stagnant this season. They need to get a kick up the arse even or something like that. They need a new sign to bring in some energy or something like that. It's just not working for them at the moment.
Yeah. And I think, well, obviously the team that they played against us, I will get it up now. Like Brophy, Harvey Nibs, Digby, I think Digby was a former Forest Green player.
Rossi from Bournemouth.
Jones, former Argyle player. Jones was good against us, to be honest. But some players in there do need to be improved on. And need
Don't
to
get left back, I think. He's got a good rating this season. But you're looking, he's 32. You need to start. Like I'm one to say that, but you sometimes you do need young, exciting players to come into the squad as well.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why I feel right now Cambridge could be down there for the relegation battle this season, if I'm truly honest.
They're only 3 points ahead of Milton Keynes, so it's very, very possible.
Have I missed any of them?
I think you missed Derby, and I think it was the last 1 or 2. Let me have a look. Let me go back down. Which ones did you miss down here?
I've done Sheffield Wednesday. I went 2-1 Shrewsbury for that game.
Okay.
Yep. Carry on.
And then obviously we're at Derby now.
Went 2-0 Derby and who did
you put Collins?
Collins, that was it.
And me and John were saying we're surprised you didn't pick McGoldrick.
No, because he didn't start the last game.
Yeah, but what makes you say he could start this game? He could easily have been rested that game.
That's what we did with Alfie Mawson. He didn't start last game, so we could play against Hughes. Big players getting rested in the midweek to play.
I always remember that clip. I watched Alex Griffin's vlog the other week when Wycombe beat Ipswich. Thank you for. But when the goalkeeper and then Alfie Mawson was giving the swivel to the Ipswich fans, oh my God, it was ridiculous. I was laughing when I was watching that because it was actually kind of made me giggle a bit, to be honest, which was ridiculous. Oh, it was mad. So I wish I could get the clip up, but I'm not going to get the clip up, obviously. but it just showed that how much was going on in that game between them two and the Ipswich fans. So yeah, that was crazy. But it also shows that not a lot of fans respect Wycombe. Simple as that's all I could say, really. But that was just so funny.
There's a big perception issue with Wycombe, which is we are shithouses, we are cheats, we time waste, and people tend to hate us because of that. Now we do, to be fair, but I think we are still overlooked a lot. I remember seeing at the start of the season prediction previews and people saying we're going to be 11th or 12th.
And yeah, about Wycombe.
And it is, I understand a couple of seasons ago putting us down, but where you're looking at us and we've been in playoff final winning, championships, getting relegated by 1 point, playoff final again, and still people are sort of underestimating us, and it is kind of curious, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think it's because we don't make the big signings. We don't have the same pull as Ipswich or Derby's or Barnsley's, but we still make the right signings at the end of the day.
Yeah. And now the final match, Lincoln versus Bolton.
It's going to be Bolton.
I went 2-1 Bolton for this one.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say 2-0 Bolton.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that. I can understand that, definitely. And Lincoln losing to 3-0 to Burn. Oh my! And then obviously yesterday Liam was watching that in the review. 0-0 Bolton and Derby.
Yeah.
That definitely didn't look like an exciting game from what you was watching, Liam.
Say again, sorry.
That didn't look like an exciting game if it finished 0-0.
No.
Yeah. As boring as it could be, then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's at Bolton, of course. So Lincoln City. So what did you put again, Liam?
2-1 Bolton.
2-1 Bolton. Goal scorer?
Dion Charles.
Dion Charles.
Of course.
What a surprise. And then Jack put 2-0 Bolton and put Morley to score. Morley,
interesting.
I would say
interesting one, actually. Kyle Dempsey, I think.
Kyle Dempsey.
He's good free kick taker, and I think he'll get one in.
And I'll quickly get it up as well. And screw it. Where the hell is it? There it is. Bolton. Yeah, so look at their team. I'm gonna go for Athelion.
Okay.
But I'm gonna surprise you lot. I'm gonna predict because Lincoln right now, if I look at their form, I'm gonna have a look at their form quick at home. I think are they still unbeaten at home, or have they lost at home? No, they haven't lost at home yet.
I mean, 8 draws though.
Yeah, 8 draws though.
I think one of those draws was us, actually.
I'm actually surprisingly going to go for a 2-1 Lincoln win. That's my surprising result. One of my surprising results.
That would be.
What did you go for? 2-1 Lincoln.
Take it.
Yeah.
Fairs.
I would absolutely take that, but that is an impressive prediction.
It's one of my surprising results. I always go for these. But I feel like the way Lincoln have been at home, they could end up pulling a surprise at home. And against Bolton, I feel like they could do that.
Yeah.
Bolton have been pretty inconsistent. when it comes to in the league. They've drew to Bristol Rovers, they've lost to Shrewsbury Town. You never know. It could happen.
Yeah.
They lost to Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the final game. I'll go against Wycombe.
Yep. The final game.
Ooh,
Let me just
it's going to
type
be
down the goal
interesting.
scorer.
No.
Okay. Now.
See, the last 5 games Wycombe and Argyle have played, Wycombe have won 3 of them.
Yep.
But we lost the most recent one, which is maybe more important.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, of course, you both say that. It's.
But if Wycombe do beat us, that will be a big step into getting playoffs. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we need a point from this. And I think you would accept a point from this.
I would accept.
No, we wouldn't.
To be honest, though, Liam, remember when we played against Wycombe? I think it was October. Now they were in the
that was the
middle
way.
of probably the form that they wouldn't want to remember. That they were not in great form, and now look at the form that they've been in recently. They beat Ipswich.
You can be honest. It was shit form.
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, we've got 24 points in the past 12 games. Only you and Ipswich are higher than that.
Yeah.
And
which will be very, very tough.
I think most realistically it'd be a 0-0.
I think Jack put 0-0 as well.
I'm saying 2-1 to Argyle with Hardy to score.
Hardy. Oh, the man who's going to be leaving in the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, the traitor's going.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1-0 to Wycombe.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
This form we're in, I back us. We have no injuries. We'll have Tafazoli and Mawson. We'll have Scowen. We'll have a choice of Vokes and Hannon up top. I don't think it'll be easy by any stretch, and I think it'll probably be a lot like the Ipswich game where we get a lucky goal and have to basically go under siege for the last 60 minutes. But
not gonna lie, that McCleary goal was mad.
McCleary, that Trivella was insane. But I'm going to say Mehmeti to score. I think
a lot of people back Mehmeti to score in nearly every game now.
But he's just such an exciting player that, even if he gets one half chance, he can put it in. He's the sort of player that can jink through 2 or 3 players and put it bottom corner. And if you want to have your best chance at playing tomorrow, you need to have 2 or 3 men on Mehmeti.
Definitely.
We've seen in the past 5 games, Mehmeti's performed well in 2 of them. And the 3 games he didn't perform well is teams that put 2 or 3 men specifically around him so he couldn't get past them. And he is such a threat, and teams are starting to recognise that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say 1-0 Mehmeti to score.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say 1-0 to Argyle. That's what I think. I think it'll probably be one of the toughest games we'll have at home park this season. I know we've had some tough games at home park, but I feel like this will be one of the hardest. Because Wycombe, every time Wycombe come to home park, it's always a hard game for us. We make it hard for ourselves.
We are a bogey team of yours.
Mm-hmm. You're a bogey team of ours, definitely.
And we're coming in some of the best form we've had in the league. This is us on probably, the 3rd best form in the entire league. Coming off the back of beating Ipswich, beating Bristol Rovers, coming back from the break. So, I think the smart money would be on Plymouth, but I think in my heart I've got to go Wycombe.
Yeah, that's fair. And that is that for the predictions part of the video. But before we do go, we will check the table before we leave. So we'll check it. Well, we'll do a quick check of it. So
from Ipswich, top 2.
Shrink this down a bit so I can actually scroll down. There we go. But the league table as it stands, Argyle still top of the league, 50 points halfway through the season. Ipswich second, Sheffield Wednesday 3rd, Barnsley 4th, Bolton Wanderers 5th, Derby County sitting in 6th, Wycombe in 7th, and Peterborough United in 8th after dropping quite far from the past couple of weeks. They were around 5th or 4th, and now dropping
They were
down to
4th in October, I'm pretty sure.
8th. With
Yeah.
10 wins, 10 losses, which is not
It's
great.
impressive, actually.
It's
It is
kind of
actually
impressive.
impressive.
Would you look at that? We can't see Exeter in the top 12. Oh, it's shame.
Yeah, that's the first time. Bloody hell. And it's a happy moment. Nearly Portsmouth as well, Liam.
Good. Let's stay that way. Moving down.
Yeah. But Port Vale 9th. I think a lot of fans, a lot of other fans in League One would be very surprised that they are where they are. So is Bristol
Yeah.
Rovers in 10th. Portsmouth in 11th.
Doing
That's
quite poorly.
Great to see. With the amount
Yeah.
of draws that they got.
You would be
Shrewsbury,
furious if you're a Portsmouth fan being 11th.
12th.
Yeah. Moving down.
Yeah, moving down to the bottom half of the table. There's the scummy knobheads themselves. 13th, Lincoln 14th, Oxford United 15th, then Fleetwood Town 16th, with the most draws in the league, 11. Goodness me.
Charlton
Brexit,
17th.
then Charlton 17th, Cheltenham in 18th,
Horse
Cambridge
Racing
United
FC.
with they don't have the most losses, but in 19th and then 20th, Accrington Stanley still sitting on the edge right now. And look at the difference of 23rd and 20th. 3 points separate them all.
It is very competitive.
Very,
getting there.
very competitive there. But the rest of the bottom 4, MK Dons, Forest Green Rovers, Burton Albion, and Morecambe. I want to go back from my previous videos of how long that has been the bottom 4.
Milton Keynes have only dipped their toes into that the past couple of weeks, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They had decent form at the start of the season, then they've just went to
Yeah.
hell.
Mm-hmm. And before we
Yeah.
go, I will ask a quick fire question, and because I want to try and get a prediction, a half of season predictions video out. I want to try and get a number amount of fans on for this, but if there's one team that could push into the automatic promotion fight, what team do you think it could be from 8th? No, or actually any team that you see.
I think Bristol Rovers could do it, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah, I think they could.
Yeah, I can respect that. The way they have been playing, what makes you say that they could? You never know. They could push themselves in there. If there was one team I feel like that could do it, maybe Port Vale.
Good.
I think Port Vale will have that neutral sort of good vibe support, and that can push a team on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get a couple of good loans, a couple of good transfers in this window, they could easily start pushing themselves. Derby, Bolton.
They've been the underdogs team this season, I think.
Yeah, and people love a good underdog. Nobody hates.
Yeah, I think good. Yeah, they do love underdogs through leagues, and that is
Yeah. I would say the most likely is Bristol, but I would love to see Port Vale do it. I'd like to see Port Vale do it.
Yeah, Port Vale. It'll be actually a very interesting little story. See them in the playoffs. That'll be very, very interesting.
And it would give them something to build off when it comes to next year as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It would definitely show how much they have bounced from where they were last season, when in the playoffs, and now look where they are. And then Bristol Rovers last season, from not thinking that they were going to get automatic promotion at all, then beating Scunthorpe 7-0 to get promoted. What a story.
It is some
for
story.
where they are right now, Joey Barton's taking them places. Simple as that.
He is.
Anyways, that's the shares done. But anyways, thank you all so much for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. It's now nearly daily episodes because of how many games is coming across right now. Wycombe versus Plymouth Argyle's coming up now tomorrow. Very excited. And then after that will be MK Dons, which is going to be absolutely crazy. we're going to have to try and find an MK Dons fan somewhere, Liam.
You'd be hard pressed to do that.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you all so much for watching. The views are still going. Subs are still going up. We're still on the rise right now. We're going to keep up. We're obviously going to try and reach our target for the end of the season, which is what we want to try and achieve. But we'll see you in the next video. We'll see you in the review for the Wycombe game. Hopefully it's positive. If it's not positive, then oh dearie me, and pray for me and Liam in that episode. Because Jack would be back for that and he wouldn't be happy. But hopefully you'll enjoy. We'll see you in the next video. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.